How's it going, everyone? What is up? What is up? All is good. I'm good. I'm glad to hear that. What's up, my YouTube folk? Got Jimmy, Zion, Justin, Corpse Miller, Jacob. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I just trying to stream a little bit. I'm trying to stream twice a week. I think I either might do Tuesdays or Wednesdays, and then also Sundays. So, I mean, probably just be trying to work on my side projects here. Kind of another dedicated time where I can just work on some stuff. Not the first time. I don't know. Twitch doesn't lie. Twitch says your first time chat, so. All right, what am I even working on? Event time not populating. Event time not populating. Oh, okay. I'm gonna do a video on state of JavaScript if I get time. I say I don't know if I care enough to do it. All right, so there is a little bug with when you go to the members page. I have not tried that recommendation that you linked. I don't know if you have to add it. Google Search Console, it's a good idea to add your stuff into Google Search Console so you can get analytics about like keywords and stuff. I think I can show you real quick. The Search Console. So basically you type in your domain here and you can add it, like link it to your account, and then you can go and create an A record, or maybe it's like a text record or something, and you put it on your domain. And then Google can verify it, and then you can start getting analytics from Google to see like how it's ranking and performing and stuff. So for example, Project Planner AI, which is what you're seeing here, this is another side project that me and Hostna, which is another YouTuber, have been working on. You can see the organic search traffic. It looks like it's spiking up in the past week or so. I'm not sure why, but that's pretty cool. And then you can go over here and see like what queries brought users to your site. It turns out that most people just Google. So a lot of people will come to the site who already know what to type in. Yep. So I'm guessing most of the people just Google this. It's not really that organic of traffic. But yeah, I would go set this up. Cool. So if we go to events and we go to, let me go and manage my stream. What is it called? Yeah, create event is not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to, my battery at? Oh, my battery's low. Give me 1 second. Cool. So one of the bugs I want to fix tonight on the stream is if you have a event and you go and you edit it, I'm noticing that the time of the event is not getting fixed. And I need to have this populated because I think if I were to save this as like 6 o'clock, it says 6 here, but then you go and you edit it, it still says 12. So that's not good. Yeah, I think I'm going to try to make more really short 5-minute videos to just teach one topic. It's easier for me because I can just like work on them real quick, and I think it's very useful for you all. So if you do have any type of suggestions of what I can teach, particularly I want to stick around next.js, let me know. Hey, what's up, Hosna? Welcome to the stream. By the way, Hosna is who I'm working on with the side project, or sorry, Project Planner AI. Give her a shout out. Here, send you a link. Where's my chat? Yeah, go give her a sub. She's the one who basically does all the design, like the front end stuff. I do help with the front end, but she comes through and like makes it look better. I just get like some initial functionality for features, and then she comes through and cleans it up. So it's been fun working on that. Let's see, next in UI components, Shadcn. Are you using React Query for mutations, or is it just normal server actions? I'm just using for the side for the starter kit. It's just using server actions, but for Project Planner AI, I'm using convex. Hey, you mentioned something about having to add something. Oh, I already answered that. Hey, I'm new to your channel, but it's very helpful with relearning React. I don't do front end often. What are some good references for learning React more? I mean, I don't know. I just recommend building stuff and read the docs. Probably my best advice I can give. Next.js UI chat. Yeah, I don't know if I'm ever gonna finish the starter kit. I bit off too much more than I can chew, so. Okay, so I gotta figure out, I haven't touched this file in 3 weeks, so I don't even remember. I think when this thing loads, I get the event has like the date time on it, has a starts on. I'm so bad at dates and date times. I think every developer kind of is. So I need to figure out how to potentially parse that and set minute ref, hour ref, and second ref. And I think this edit event form, it's nested inside of this cards action interactive overlay. And so is open, I think this will dynamically show it or not is open. Is this doing is open form. Yeah, so I think I could probably just have an effect that runs when this component mounts. So I'm gonna try this and see how it works. This is a client component. Hey, thank you for the follow. Let me know if that was too loud. Kind of scared me a little bit. Have I ever worked with Java or C#? Yeah, I started my career using Java. So I learned Java in college, and then I got my first job doing Java for like a year. C# I played around with on the side using X and A for trying to do game development. So yeah, I know them both. I'm not like an expert at them. They're all right. So when this event comes in, let's see if ChatGPT can, or sorry, Copilot can help me out. Let's see, take the event dot starts on and set the hour, second, and period. Starts on equals a new date, event dot starts on, set date. But where does this come from? Because I think this is already defined. Starts on is already on the form. And that is already, sorry, I just ate, so I'll probably be clearing my throat a lot. I get some reflux going on. Form field starts on. This is already mapped to the date somehow. Field value calendar. This takes in a date object, but down here, we don't have a date object. We just have hours. And this is set to on left focus, minute ref. What's up, Nizzy ABI? Oh, by the way, I wanted to announce I do have a I did set up memberships for my YouTube channel. So if you do want to show support, you like my content, the lowest membership you can do is like $2.99 a month or something. So yeah, I could like buy me a coffee or something. Actually, that couldn't even afford a coffee in America. So, but it helps out, and YouTube takes 30% of that. So, but it just shows your support, and I do think you get a couple of perks. For example, Nizzy, he's got a cool little icon next to his name, and for $2.99, like that's pretty cool, right? But it's in the description of my other videos, and I'm too lazy to go update this stream description. So if you really care, go check it out. Your opening line in next.js speedrun made me laugh. First thing is, don't read the docs. I know, because no one reads the docs. Do you write your own custom components, or do you use plugins like Daisy? I would just use Daisy UI. In my projects, I use ShadCN. But I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna. Sometimes you do have to get like more custom and like fine tune some stuff. But for the majority of the components, I would use a component library. Let's see. I liked a lot your project that I'm recreating it to learn Java and React. Cool. Do you use Redux? I do not. Is it necessary? I don't think so. Depending on, yeah, if you're using Next.js, Redux definitely isn't necessary. When is Redux necessary? Personally, I don't think it's ever necessary. I think it's an overcomplicated library. Over engineering, in my opinion. Melky, first time chat. What is up, Melky? Melky's a Twitch streamer, so go check out Melky. Let's see if I can find Melky on Twitch. Check out Melky. There's his link. He's a real big time developer doing Go stuff. I think he's working at Netflix too. Pretty cool. How do I support you on YouTube? I don't see the option. I don't know. Let me go check. I think it's like my name, and then you just do join. Let me see. Yeah, that's all you gotta do. Oh, he works at Twitch. I thought he worked at. I thought he switched from Twitch to Netflix. Something. Melky, if you're still here, let us know. Cody, server actions are usable when you already have a backend. I would not use server actions if you already have a backend. Just invoke your API directly. Otherwise, you're going to be doing like 2 API requests. Why did I think you worked at Netflix? I swear I was watching your stream one time and you mentioned that you like switched over to Netflix. Where were you working before Twitch? Oh, Nizzy. I didn't give Nizzy a shout out, did I? My bad. Hold on a second, y'all. This is just going to be a shout out stream. I'm not even going to do work. I'm just going to give shout outs to people that I know who join me, because that's what you should do when you're a content creator. There you go. Follow Nizzy on YouTube. He's been like, he just hit 10,000 subs, so I'm super excited for him. Yo, you have 618 videos? Man, you've been grinding on this for a long time, huh? Do you do like shorts too? Is that how you have so many videos? Oh, we got a starter. Thank you for the support. They also said that there's like a private. Oh, there's a fan funding super chats. What is this? Okay, I can switch to that. Sorry, I just recently set up memberships and I want to figure out how to. Hey, thanks for the follow. Do them. Because they mentioned there's a way to do like members only live chat. I don't know how to. Oh, fan funding channel memberships. Honestly, I don't know what perks you get if you do a starter package, so it's probably nothing. But at least you get a thank you from me. Hey, thanks for the follow. Okay, cool. My bad, Melky. I mean, I knew you worked at Twitch, but I swear I heard something about Netflix, but I'm a boomer now, so I don't know what's going on half the time. How do I'm probably not going to implement anything in this stream. How do I actually Oh, thanks for the follow. Ref, minute ref. Set date. Set date. Why are these all calling set date? We got date that comes over here. Where's this going to come from? Starts on. You know, if I just do this, let's just see what happens in the UI. Whoa, it says 6 o'clock. I think I just fixed it. Well, I guess OpenAI fixed it for me. I didn't do anything. Let's do 12 and I'll do like 22 a.m. Save it. 6:12. 6:12, 33. Why did I go to 33? Weird. I thought I did 22. I also did AM, so why is that like not? Didn't I? Hold on. If I keep it PM, works fine. Now if I switch it to AM, I think I need to Z index this thing to get it. Yeah, so the AM is not switching. Am I still using Upstash for my rate limiting my apps? No, I don't. I mean, I think I did like a sponsor video with them one time. But depending on the app, I mean, the one Project Planner AI, I just use Convex because I have like such quick access to just storing and retrieving stuff from a database. So I just track limits directly from the Convex database. And then for this application, I plan to just host it on a VPS. So I just do in-memory rate limiting, which is obviously not professional ready, but I'm not making this as like a, you want to handle hundreds of thousands of users a second, you know, and this is just like a starter kit, a starting point for your little side projects, and hopefully you can turn it into something good. But I think I do have a rate limit function. I got a limiter, and this is just doing like in-memory rate limiting, but it's abstracted away behind function calls. So I mean, like anywhere in the application, you just call rate limit by IP. And then if you wanted to switch this out for using Upstash or any like Redis or whatever, you just need to come in here and modify this code. I'm probably not going to provide like a toggle to do that for you. So that's how you would do it. Okay, so this seems like it works. The only issue is the AM, PM stuff, which that comes from, looks like it comes from period. So set period. Let's see if OpenAI can solve this for me as well. I've become a lazy developer because of OpenAI. Why is that not working? Let me hard refresh. Save it to AM. Still not working. Hey, we got another starter. Ahmed Roahi. Roahi. I appreciate the support. We got 2 extra memberships on YouTube. Thank you so much, y'all. I appreciate it. Oh, that was your AWS bill? I thought it was your Vercel bill. Did you make a video about that, Melky? Like, what happened? Did you spin up like an RDS instance and like set up 5 availability zones, multi-region? Picked the largest box with 64 cores of CPU. Went to bed, woke up. 900 provision current concurrency limit. Why? Well, isn't they charge you for that, right? For every concurrency you have like pre-provision, they charge you for that. Did you like fat finger that configuration or? Yeah, I mean, after I got DDoS, that's why I switched to VPSs. It's like, dude, it's just not worth it. Like, I know the user experience is going to suck a little bit for my users, compared to like if you have like Oversell and Edge and all these other caching mechanisms. But at the end of the day, like I have users on my like current project that wait like 8 seconds for a page to load. They don't care. Like they just want the data, they want the stuff to work. And then it was blocked on my AWS account. It was a fat finger and then I was blocked. Rookie mistake. You should have been using Terraform to provision your Lambdas. Or maybe you were. Did I fix the skew issues? Like, yeah, I'm just going to put 90. And then he slapped another 0 down there. Game over. Now you're bankrupt. Might have to go start making some more tech lead videos to compensate for that money you lost. Let's see at the point. Yes. Hey, thanks for the follow. How has Restream been for you? It kept crashing the YouTube stream on me last year. I use it every time. I mean, I have no issue with it. I don't even pay for it. I use the free version. I think I can stream up to like 2 things, which works for me. Live chat, not top chat. Fan funding. Let's go. And how do you configure VPS for your next app? I mean, VPS are generally faster than serverless. I think trend is to roll back SaaS dependency. Yeah. Hey, thanks for the follow. Right now the repo's private. I want to polish it up before I release it, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna make it MIT. You guys can pick it apart, post your own applications, watch it crash, and then make PRs, angry PRs at me, at why it crashed. But yeah, Milky, don't use CDK. That's gross. Use SST, man. Okay, let's should we slap a debugger in here and see like what's going on? I know a debugger can be a little scary for some people, but you guys you're gonna learn it on this stream. All right, we got the debugger. Starts on get hours. What is this giving us? We also can show the console drawer down here. We get 18. Why is it 18? When I have it set to AM? Isn't it set to AM? No, it's 6:12 PM again somehow. Okay. Hold on, let's run this. Thought I saved this. Maybe I switched it back. Go to AM, save it. Open this again. Here's the debugger. Where did my console drawer go? Why is it gone? Six, okay. If it's greater than 12, do PM. Otherwise, do AM. That seems correct, but I think period might have to be something else. What is period set to? Set to this. Some type called period. So, I mean, I feel like the logic is correct. And I'm setting the period. It defaults to PM. Maybe we should actually like default it here. Wait, what was OpenAI telling us to do? Yeah, let's do this. And we'll say date. Instead of defaulting at the PM here, I'll say event.starts on. Yeah, I don't know why I'm doing this. Why am I doing this stuff? Okay, so it's still saying PM here. Why is it saying PM? Can you guys tell me why? Yep. Stop glazing decks. What is a debugger? I know console log. A debugger is going to basically, as you saw, it's going to basically allow you to step through the code wherever you put that debugger keyword. You are using new date. Use new date of date. What? Where am I doing that? Yeah, it could be the saving it. Can it change function to use parameter? Oh. Oh, I see. Sorry, I've coded for 8 hours today, and now I'm trying to code some more, so it's like I'm on the struggle bus right now. There we go, AM. We did it. Thank you, chat, and OpenAI for doing all my homework. 412. I don't even know why I have seconds here. Like, is someone going to set an event at a particular second? I highly doubt that. I feel like I should just remove that. Feels kind of weird. Let's just go ahead and get rid of that and see what it looks like if we were to drop that. Hour in minutes. Yeah, I think that's probably better. Awesome. So now we have a bunch of TypeScript errors. Something about starts on. The expected type comes from set date, which is declared here on intrinsic property. Set undefined is not defined. So I guess set date is. Oh, I see, I see. This is potentially undefined. So we got to do that to make it happy. Let's ship it. Let's see what else did I change here. I was doing some playing around with that a little bit. Group assert group member. Okay, let's just go ahead and fix issue with editing event date times. Didn't someone ask me about, say, Cody, how do you handle the client's modals? Like the state between pages? How do you handle the client modals? Like the state between pages? I don't know what that's asking. Maybe re-ask it another way. I want your Lucia code. You need to provide more examples. I'm probably going to make a 5-minute quick video about how to set next.js up with Lucia auth. Or is it Lucia auth? Lucia? I think it's Lucia. Recently, I made my own next.js save action. It wasn't bad, but relatively easy. Putting one less dependency feels good. Yeah, but I mean, as long as it works for you, that's cool. There's like so many different things that you have to think about. Like, does yours work with transitions? Did you wrap your stuff with transitions? Didn't change function use per. Okay, are you using a fan of? Are you still a fan of convex for a backend? Yeah, I mean, I still like convex a lot. We use it for Project Planner AI. I think it's really nice for like multiplayer types of apps where you have multiple users modifying the same project. And even without that, like, it's just convenient to have your UI automatically update when your database changes. Hey, thanks for the follow. But yeah, I'm still a fan of it. Usually I was kind of against backends as a service, like, but then I use convex and I'm like, dude, this is actually super cool. Bro, didn't you shave like 3 days ago? What type of superpower is this? Man, I don't know. You can call it a superpower, but it could potentially be like a curse because now it just keeps growing back. You're like, dude. Data JavaScript survey. By the way, Razmik, he's also a YouTuber. Let me give you a little shout out, you know what I'm saying? Do that shout out. Here you go. He makes next.js content. Go check him out. Give him a follow. Doing really good. He's getting a lot of views on his videos. 10,000 views. 33,000 views. That's good, man. You should be proud of that. It took me a long time to even get traction on my videos. So whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Have you worked with Kind for auth? Your thoughts on that? I have not touched Kind yet. Just been using Clerk for my auth services, basically, or Lucia auth, next auth. I've been trying everything. Like my icon generator app, that's using next.js. And at some point, I got so annoyed with next.js and like not working with like server sessions and stuff, and so I switched to Lucia auth. Clerk works nicely with Convex, so that's why I'm using Clerk there. Excuse me. Have you tried SvelteKit? I think I've tried SvelteKit maybe once, but not enough to like say, oh, this is great. I don't know if I even tried SvelteKit. I think I've tried Svelte, and I loved Svelte. I thought the syntax was very concise until you hit like certain weird things where you're like, why isn't this stuff updating? Like the way you update state in Svelte was a little weird in my opinion, where like sometimes you have to take a variable and like reassign it to itself so you can trick Svelte into updating. But that was maybe a while back, so maybe they changed some of these approaches. I'm trying to cook. What you cooking for us? I'm sponsoring everyone, so get the bag before you do. Yeah. Honestly, I've been trying to like take a break on sponsor videos. It's just like one more thing to worry about. And I'm kind of picky about who I do sponsor videos with. Well, I guess I shouldn't say I'm picky. I've done tons of different companies. Will you continue to refactor videos? When will you continue your refactor videos? Yeah, I mean, if someone has a project they want to send me your garbage React.js single page application, and I could try to refactor it on a live stream, on a video. People really enjoyed those refactoring videos. I just write so awesome, perfect code that I don't have anything to refactor myself on live stream, you know? I'm just kidding. My code could use a lot of refactoring. In fact, I just spent a bunch of time refactoring all of my authentication approaches the other night. I even have a to-do, clean up this function. Yeah, I mean, I'm serious. If you go to Discord, go to my Discord. Join, send me a message, say, hey, here's a project. I give you permission to do a video where you just refactor this. And if I get time, no promises, I can do it. Let's see, GitHub. Transcoder HSL full app. This sounds fun. This is the latest project I've worked on. Backend, front-end, processor, SQS worker. Oh, this looks fun. Look at this. You even have a diagram. You can upload a video in 1080p and it'll transcode in different resolutions with FFmpeg and support HSL. NIP S3, Reddit. We got a systems engineer over here, boys. Demo of the YouTube. Yeah, I'll make a bookmark. Yeah, this is pretty I have to look through the code, but I mean it sounds like a pretty hardcore project. Docker processor. And you know he had some fun building this thing. Hey, thanks for the follow. Choose another folder. Refactoring. Actually, let me just put. There's a better way I can track some of this stuff. I've been tracking ideas potentially that I can make YouTube. Go here, I'll put the link. Video refactoring video. Wait. There we go. Go ahead and put that in the back pocket. You know, never know on a rainy day. I want to check out what you built. US worker, consume, Docker processor. Actually, let me go back there real quick. Wait, where did I just put it? Oh, here it is. Let me check that out one more time. Front end. What's the front end made in? Single page app. Oh, I see next. So you got a next app. App directory. Okay. Cool. Processor. What's processor doing? Process.js. So you connect to an S3 bucket, you download it. You also have an upload the S3 process video, takes the video, it runs the ffmpeg command, and then re-uploads it to S3. Shut down ECS task. You know, I've never actually worked with ECS before, to be honest. I think we experimented trying to use Fargate for something that we're doing at work, but we just never got around to actually implementing it. Const lib utils. How do you deploy this though? I mean, where's your infrastructure as code, you know? There should be a one button that you run, one thing you run and it deploys all this stuff to like your AWS environment. SQS worker. Look into SST. I think some of the stuff you have here, like it's really cool, but like I'm not really sure about your deployment approach. Like how are you deploying this stuff? Are you just clicking through the AWS dashboard and like deploying a zip file? Like you zip this up manually and just like upload it to S3 and connect it to an S3 bucket? Or sorry, I guess you connect this to an SQS queue and you say, okay, I need you to process this thing. That would be my first review, is like infrastructure as code. You can use SST, Terraform, Pulumi is what all the hype is when I hear about. CDK, if you're a masochist and like torturing yourself. You got options, you know? What's your backend written in? Good old Express.js. Let's go. People have been hyping up Ono. Honestly, I've lost track at this point. I just want to switch to Go. There's too many libraries and frameworks. Like, just use Express. But cool. Yeah, I mean, maybe I'll check it out. I don't know if I'll be able to refactor much code or even figure out how to run it. It didn't seem like the README even told me how to like run this stuff. So I guess CD into every project.json file, package.json file, and just do npm run. All right, what's another thing that we need to do? But yeah, keep working on it. I mean, it seems like a really cool project. One of my messes. By the way, you can't put links in YouTube chat. Security reasons, probably. Upload Docker image and deploy. Hey, thanks for the follow. Who was that? That was, let me make this bigger. I can't even see who follows me. Ice D4, I don't know what your name was. Oh yeah, next.js. I've heard some really great things about next.js. Like, doesn't it like automatically generate all your open API docs for you? Based on like your controllers or something? Yeah, when I saw Nest.js, like it just looked like Kind of remind me of Angular. I mean, you're saying Java EE where you have like decorators and stuff. And I was like, I'm good. You got classes, and those classes have objects in them. I don't know why I don't like annotations. It feels like an indirection of code. Like, sure, okay, for example, like in my use cases here. Where am I? Use case posts. So what I've been doing in some of my use cases is like I assert certain authorization rules. So like assert group visible, and that'll check if the group is either public or private, if the user is an admin or a member of that group, etc. I don't see a clear benefit of saying like this. Like it just feels like it's kind of gross. But I don't know. Sailing out with the starter kit now. Just to you. I'll sell it to you for how much money you have. Everyone else it's going to be MIT, free to use. But for you, let me know what your max limit is and I can sell it to you for some. You know some good lib for automatic Swagger doc generator for Node. How fast API does in Python. I don't really know. Honestly, I don't know. I'm sure there's one out there though. Every time I hear those cool features from all those other frameworks, I wonder if I'm in a toxic relationship with Next.js. I don't know how to break the news to you, Raz, but you might need to go to counseling now. It's time. Next.js has been abusing you for a very long time. Hey, thank you, Simple Share or Sphere. Hey, Cody, thanks for the amazing content. As always, appreciate it and learned a lot. Keep it up. Thank you so much. I appreciate your kind words. And get open API docs built in with Fastly. Nest.js solve team communication problems that you don't need software to solve. There you go. I think he's answering your question. And get open API docs built in with Fastify, not Fastly, Fastify. Well, you can't do decorators on functions because they never pass through. Decorators are actually what we need instead of this use server, use client garbage. And it's easier to define a component as server or client component instead of the file. What's up, Tom Does Tech? How have you been doing? We got another YouTuber here, man. This is like the YouTuber hangout. Tom Does Tech. And Cody Codes, $5 super chat. Thank you so much. I think Cody Codes is also a YouTuber. Cody Codes. Yeah, he is. There you go. And you get a shout out. And you get a shout out. And you get 2 shout outs because you gave me $5. So there you go, buddy. And you have the same name as me. So, I mean, we got to stick together, you and I. I'm glad your recent videos have been kind of popping off. I mean, like, although you got laid off, I'm sorry for that. But, I mean, at least you got 88,000 views for that. There's a silver lining in losing your job, I guess. But yeah, 108 videos. You've been putting the grind in, man. Keep at it. What things should I focus on learning to be in demand for a job market? Because learning some things like C or PHP seems like a waste of time. If you're looking for a job like to be employable and useful on day one when you get hired, yeah, using C, learning C probably isn't it, unless you're trying to like get hired at a game company or something that's using like really low level stuff. PHP, I wouldn't talk bad about it. I mean, there's like Laravel, which is a really booming ecosystem. And I think there's a lot of jobs in PHP. So I don't think PHP is a waste of time. Yeah. But it depends on your skill level. I mean, like, if you're just a beginner, then you need to focus on problem solving. That's like the main thing you should be focusing on is problem solving and building stuff. So that if you get into an interview, you can actually talk the talk, right? Yeah, I mean, we just had layoffs at our company today, so it happens, you know? It happens. You just have to, diversify, which is why I have this YouTube channel. God forbid something happens and I lose my job. At least I have something, a safety net to catch me and give me a little bit of buffer room to quickly find another job. I need that health insurance. Welcome to America. An interview just don't show desperation. I can vibe with that. Go in and be like, I don't really need your job, you know? I don't even need to be here, but I guess I'll do it anyway, right? That's the confidence you need. You know, if I get laid off, I'm gonna ask Convex and be like, hey, please, just hire me. I'll just make videos for you guys. That's fine. Cody Code says, I think knowing web frameworks that teach you the basics of what they try to optimize is where you gain the real skills, full stack, back and front end structures, etc. Yeah. I think, yeah, learning the full stack and being pretty good at both is always good. So are you saying I should focus all my time on Leak Code projects? Leak Code and projects? And for my projects, what tech stack do you think I should use? Honestly, I don't think it matters what tech stack. Just pick one and stick with it and make sure whatever tech stack you pick has a front end and back end element to it, capabilities where you can actually build a working application. You can host it somewhere and you can show someone and say, hey, look, I built this. As far as Leak Code, I mean, I don't think you should invest too much time in Leak Code personally. I mean, I won't lie, I did the programming, I was on the programming team where I went to college and I learned a lot doing these like really esoteric programming challenges. So they'll help you with problem solving. They'll help you learn about algorithms and stuff. But in terms of like being super useful and getting hired for a job, like I don't think they're that important. I think being able to build stuff is probably more important and do Leak Code on the side just to kind of like stay sharp. Did I use a relational or non-relational database or build projects around both? I would pick a relational if you're just trying to do self-learning. I'll give you $100 if you get laid off. I could live off that for like a couple days, you know? Get some food. Can you do a whole SaaS backend video? Bro, I have so many tutorials. I'm sure one of them can scratch the itch that you need for a SaaS backend. I mean, at some point when you have like enough things, I feel like the video should become like a course. Because like I'm not gonna publish a 12-hour video because I just don't have time to make that. I'd probably go say check out Code with Antonio. Like if you want a really large course where he shows you how to set up a complete like SaaS product, Coding with Antonio is like phenomenal. Although I haven't really watched his tutorial, so I don't know if his teaching style is good or not. But at least he has like a 12-hour tutorial where he shows you how to build stuff. And he has a whole GitHub repo you can kind of clone and have working code to kind of read through. 14 viewers on Twitch. Y'all still awake over there? How do I know if I'm job ready or start searching for a job? I have a few projects on my portfolio. Honestly, just start applying now. I mean, if you feel like you know how to code and you could answer questions during an interview, like it's probably better now to like get in front of people and do interviews so you understand like what questions are they going to ask. And then if you feel like you went into the interview and you have no idea how to answer anything, then you're probably not job ready. Or the questions they're asking you are just like kind of dumb. Because sometimes people ask really dumb questions like, can you explain what a JavaScript proxy is? It's like, really? You're going to ask this in an interview? And no one uses a proxy anyway, unless you're like a framework builder. Some leak code prep could help with the problem solving aspects of things if done right. I do agree. Just I wouldn't prioritize it. Leak code is a great way to start hating code. Do something that's fun. There's plenty of things to do that are fun. Yeah. I mean, like just building stuff can problem solve too. Like that whole FF MPEG stuff that guy sent, like that's cool. And he's definitely problem solving trying to build that thing out. Do enough leak code to get through the basics in the groupings, but no need to crank out on 500 problems. Yeah. I mean, like usually these leak code sites will have like beginner, intermediate, advanced. Like I would stop at intermediate. Like get past the intermediate. By that point, you're going to know about recursion, depth first search, breadth first search. What else is there? Some of the stuff like Dijkstra's algorithm, like that stuff you just have to memorize. And at that point, it's like, dude, you're not problem solving anymore. You're memorizing an algorithm and then you're typing it up and tweaking it a little bit to solve the prompt. Bruskel's algorithm, minimum spanning tree, that type of stuff. Like that's getting way too esoteric for my needs, for my liking, I guess. Hey Cody, I'm going from React Native to Next.js and it's been really confusing with how to migrate, especially hooks and using context. I've never used React Native, so I can't really give you suggestions other than like watch tutorials, try to build stuff. Are full stack jobs like front end and back end becoming saturated because that seems what everyone is focusing on? I don't know if jobs like embedded developer system devs worth investing in. I'll be honest, I'm not really in the know of like jobs. I've been working at the same company for a long time. I haven't done interviews in so long. I'm happy with where I work. They give me insurance. They pay my bills. So I don't know how hard it is out there to find a new job. So if you ask like job questions, like I just can't give you a clear picture of what it's like. And plus my experience level is probably a lot different from where you're seeing the job market. And so every job interview I've had, which hasn't been many in my life, I get an offer. And then I take the offer because I'm like, well, I want a job. So that was back like 2013 was like the first job. And I got that through connections. One thing I'll say, the one job advice I can give you is make connections. Don't underestimate how important it is to have your name show up over and over and over and over again in various communities. For example, Razmik. He has a YouTube channel. I already know he's serious because I know how much work goes into making a YouTube channel. I see his name pop up multiple places. The more I see his name, the more I'm going to be like, I need to hire somebody. Let's reach out to Razmik. You know what I'm saying? So connections is also how I found all my jobs. My first job was a connection through my my college when I did undergraduate research. My second connection was my brother's friend called me and said, hey, do you want a job? And I said, sure. And so like connect with people, get out there, get your name known. Don't just make a portfolio and no one really even looks at it. Like join some type of communities. What's up, Lotus Pixie? Making his connections on my stream. But with that being said, I mean, I'm not going to give you guys jobs. Okay, that was just an example. But I've heard a lot of people on Twitter, like even being on Twitter, if you guys follow me on Twitter, probably don't because all I do is post mean things about Next.js. But even on Twitter, getting known there, you're building connections. And I was just like joking around posting with some guy on Twitter who made that 00 app. And when he released his project, I just gave him a free shout out on my YouTube channel. And I think he made like a decent amount of money on the first day he launched. Not necessarily all because of me, but I'm saying like I had fun interacting with him. I see he's working on something. I said, YOLO, here's a free shout out. Have fun. And so that's my best advice I can give you is like you need to get your name known. Anyway, let me get off the soapbox. Okay, let's see. Code with Antonio, he makes his own React query. I'm not sure what that means. Like he doesn't even use React query? James D, love the videos. Thanks for teaching me so much. Hey, I appreciate it. Let's see, Cody, what do you think is red flag in the software workplace? Red flag about what? Like, can you give me examples? Like, are you working at a hostile workplace? Is that what you mean by red flag? I feel like if you have anxiety to come to work because like you feel like your boss is gonna like fire you at any moment, or there's like people trying to like step on you to get a raise over you, those are red flags. Like that you're working at a hostile work environment. Collaboration should be your green flag, right? If people are collaborating, people just want to do their job, they want other people to be successful and do their job well, that's a green flag. That's how you know you're working at a nice place. Razmik, I didn't do a single leak code and got job, fellas. Just build cool stuff, know your stuff, and get a referral. Yeah, referral. There you go. Okay, I did 10 before I got bored. I think building Mern stack doesn't stand out. I don't think the stack matters. Mern stack, whatever else there is. What is it called if you put SQL in there? Work stack? Merle stack? I don't know. I don't think the stack matters. What matters is that can you build something? And it really depends on the interviewer. Some people are very like not as good at interviewing, and so they'll like hyper focus on the tech that you're coming in with. They'll be like, "Oh, you don't even know how to do React," and they're gonna like say no because you don't know React. But other interviews will be like, "Oh, you know Angular? That's, I mean, honestly, you can learn React in like a month or so because you know Angular so well." And they're gonna focus on actually asking harder questions that show that you've done like real web development and build projects. So again, the stack doesn't really matter. Maybe building something cool and being able to properly discuss it and talk about it with somebody, that's probably what's going to matter more. Data science is becoming the next web dev thing. Okay, I could see that maybe. Maybe not, I don't know. Don't let fear of saturation stop you from getting to where you need to be. Yeah, I agree. Prime Coder agreed networking is the ultimate way in which a person can get their first job. Cody says, I legit bring up networking as the OP power move of your whole career. I have a few videos in the works for it. Yeah, I was going to make a video on networking too. Do I have that? Do I have that put in there? The Let me do something real quick. I want to make sure that I have. Oh no, I have a. Yeah, I already have one. Why making connections is so important. I'm telling you, this list is just going to fill up, and then I'm going to keep on not doing much from them. Veins with a bunch of S's. Hey, big fan. Thank you for your videos. Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you for the follow. Lotus Pixie. Is there no like bad word filters on Twitch? Cat pause to scroll. Armando retracted his message. Too late. I can scroll back and see what you said. Can't hide from us. After coding for so many years, do you still feel that excitement and passion you did when you started? Yeah, I mean, I still like coding. I think problem solving is super fun. I would say that your 9 to 5 job can get kind of mundane at times. Hey, thank you for the follow. Knox30. Yeah, I mean, your 9 to 5 job can get kind of mundane, so find ways at your job to like keep it interesting. And that's another reason why I have my YouTube channel. Is like it's another outlet where I can learn new things. Because when you're working on a project, you obviously like you don't get extra time to do research and learn new things, right? Here's your story, work on your story. Here's your next story, work on that. You don't get an opportunity to be like, okay, let's learn SvelteKit. It's like, okay, how does that add value to the project that you're currently working on? It doesn't. Unless you're at a company that allocates some extra time, like maybe 2 hours, 3 hours a week to work on stuff like that. Just like, okay, learn whatever you want for 2 hours. It can get kind of mundane. So just, I don't know if I even answered your question, to be honest. What is a good hobby for generating ideas to start your own SaaS product? I think the best thing you should do is find another SaaS product that's somewhat successful and clone it. Like, let them do the work to validate the idea. And once they start posting on Twitter their MRR, just clone them. Like, there's no shame in that. Or you could just try to build your own SaaS product, launch it, and hope someone actually subscribes to it. To me, when I interview, it's not technical skills I ask first. I ask if I can work with this guy on a daily basis. Yeah, so I mean, it's good to have like interpersonal skills, right? Does this person seem kind? Do they seem like they'd be able to collaborate? Do they seem like they'd be responsive when you ask them a question? Or do they take 5 hours to respond to a simple question on Slack and you're asking, okay, if you're working at your computer all day, why is it taking you 5 hours to respond to a simple message? Stuff like that, you know, that's very important during an interview as well. I would say the technical skills are kind of important. Like you want to make sure you're hiring someone who's like, you don't have to spend 4 months bringing up the speed. It's nice. Like I will say it's very refreshing when you hire someone and like within the first day, they have your code running. They're actually able to grab a story and they're somewhat able to navigate your code base and like start adding features or fixing a bug or navigating your React components. It's pretty refreshing, right? But yeah, I think the personal skills are probably also very, very important. I have a list like that, also about 150 videos long. Yes. I honestly, I never really made lists. I feel like as I'm getting older, my brain is able to slow down. And so I'm like, now I'm trying to make lists and like, okay, can I make a video about this? Say you are well-rounded in the stack without going into much details. Talk about what you do know. Fake it till you make it. Yeah. It's also an attitude thing, right? Like, for example, I think we interviewed someone who had like 15 years of professional experience. And then like I asked them some simple question about unit testing. And like it seemed like they had the hardest time answering a question about unit testing. And I'm like, this is kind of a red flag, you know? It's like 15 years in the industry and like you're having struggles talking about how to test something. And it wasn't even like, show me how to do this in code. It's just like a higher level, oh, I see you have a function here. Could you explain what you could do with this function to verify that like if other developers try to modify the code, that this function won't break? You know, it's like trying to lead the witness. I was trying to like give hints and they couldn't really explain, oh, I probably try a unit test around this to make sure that the inputs and the outputs are verified. Boom, that's all I got to say. But it's like 5 minutes of like trying to milk the answer out and it just wasn't coming. What's your take on one-time versus monthly subscriptions for SaaS? I don't know. I think do what works for your SaaS. I know I skipped a bunch of chat here. Hey, big fan of yours. I think I already answered this. Veins. It depends on the product. I mean, like my icon generator, I do credit-based pricing. So you buy 50 credits for $10 or whatever. And they use them or they don't use them depending on what their thing is. And like I've continuously like, keep making sales on icon generator AI. And I think it's because it's a credit based. Like there's no commitment. It's like a spur of the moment. Ooh, I want to make a cool icon. They pull out their credit card They give me the $10, I give them credits, and they can come back whenever they want and use their credits. So I think one-time purchases, people are more willing to on like on a spur, like, okay, I'm just gonna buy this because they have like they know that it's not really a commitment. For monthly subscriptions though, like there's a legit commitment there. And I think it's a lot harder to convince someone that every single month they're gonna be charged $9 for this thing. Like I don't even know if I want to use it. So why would I commit to that? So you have to play it by ear, I guess. So Theo would fail unit test interviews since he doesn't write them. I think Theo probably has written unit tests. I think he's just reached a point where I'm slowly reaching that point too, where sometimes it feels like you're just writing a unit test because your code coverage reports are failing and you need to get them over that threshold. But then when you take a step back and look at the test you wrote, you're just verifying that certain mocks were called with certain inputs. And you're like, this isn't really testing anything. I'm leaning more and more towards like integration tests and end-to-end tests are much more valuable and a much more better use of your time. Unless you can verify that the function you're unit testing is like 100% a black box function where you can test the inputs and the outputs. The moment there's like a ton of mocking going on, kind of feels like it's better to just do integration testing. Can you create an e-commerce tutorial? Maybe. Hey, I saw the video you put out today. Really liking the format. Hey, appreciate it. Yeah, I've been trying this new format where I'm like, dude, what can I teach in 5 minutes? I think YouTube Shorts, I used to do very well with YouTube Shorts because it was like, what can I teach in 60 seconds? But YouTube Shorts are just like very hard. It's like, dude, we're talking about software here. It's very hard to teach one concept in 60 seconds. But I'm up to 20 viewers on Twitch. Thanks for watching, you all. You guys are so quiet over there, huh? Just lurking. When you do that Lucia video, please do one with Google. Sure. And honestly, like with 5 minutes, I can't like live code. I end up just like copying and pasting code probably, and just kind of walking through the code as I'm pasting it in. So hopefully that's okay with you. What would you say to your 20-year-old self? I would say, do not get addicted to caffeine. Okay. That sounds stupid, but honestly, like just stop taking caffeine. Stop drinking coffee. Find a way to find energy by working out, exercising, drinking water. Don't need coffee to get through the day. It's been a struggle my whole life. I'm trying to quit coffee and then it just comes back over and over again. I'm sure there's other stuff I could tell to my 20-year-old self, but I'm happy where my life turned out, so I wouldn't change too much, honestly. I think you missed one of my chats. Do you know a good lib for automatic Swagger doc? Is that the one you're talking about? Honestly, I don't know. I know next.js has something built in. Fastify, someone mentioned, has stuff built in as well. How close are you to finishing your starter kit? Well, after this stream, I did knock out one feature. So I'm one feature closer. This is what I have lined up. Some of the stuff I might not even tackle, and I'll just release it before. Because at this point, this is becoming like a full-blown like product. I keep adding stuff to it. What is double check the account settings bio page has correct skeleton. Pagination. Oh, this is something I definitely want to add in. Pagination. I think it'd be cool. Like, you cloned a project as a starter kit, you should have some form of pagination. That's kind of like an example of how you can do it. All the other stuff. Hey, thank you for the follow, Mr. Kevin. Is your starter kit bun friendly? I haven't tried it with bun. I just use Node still, honestly. I use Node and npm. But I mean, it's going to be open source. So if you run into an issue with Bun, make a PR and fix it. That'd be great. Social links on profile, double check. What is it? There's a calendar component. I don't think we even need this. Like, it's good. Why did I put this calendar component? I already have a calendar component. If I go to events, I believe I have a calendar component that pops up. So I don't know why that's there. Delete that. Put edit post in the sheet. Feels kind of low. Adding the ability to change color styles. That feels low. RSV on events. I think that feels kind of important. Put tabs on your group page. Oh, I can get some feedback from you all. So when you go to your dashboard, if you go to your groups here, right now we have the groups that you manage, meaning like if you're an admin or an owner of a group, they'll show up here as cards. And then other groups that you're not an admin or owner, they'll show up down here. I was wondering if I should just do tabs, so like 3 different tabs. Just say like admin, owner, admin, member. And so you can kind of like scroll through your groups. The idea is like if you're like, for example, on Reddit, right? You can be a moderator of Reddit channels. And it'd be nice that when you log in, if you are an admin or a moderator or an owner, that you can see the things that you're like managing first, and then later on you can go and view some like other things. And I already have tabs everywhere else. Like if I go here, we have some tabs for the profile page. That's something else I need to fix. You see how this page just like didn't have any skeleton loaders? Like there's certain little polishing I want to add into different pages. Like I'm trying to make this as polished as possible so that I'm actually proud about people cloning this and using it. And so I'm literally like going through every component and like verifying stuff. Like, does it have validation? Does the validation clear when I type? When I actually create something, do I get an alert? If I go and slow down my throttling, like, does this still work pretty well? Is the button disable? Stuff like that. That's the stuff that I'm like making sure that everything is good. Wait, let's go back to fast. No throttling. Here we go. Does the design look pretty good? I'm not a designer. I mean, I don't think this app looks bad. Delete that group. Like that's broken. I don't know what just happened there. Someone asked if I could add in like testing or Cypress. This is a good reason why you might want to add in Cypress at some point, because this doesn't even work. So let's go ahead and should probably fix that. I'm going to add an item just so I don't forget about it. Issue with deleting groups. You guys can watch me debug this live. Maybe that'd be very interesting for you all to watch. The top loader, I'm using a library called next.js top loader. You just put it in your layout, and then automatically when you navigate using the next link component, it'll just put that loader there. So let's work together on debugging this. When you click it, it doesn't seem to do anything. And so we got to figure out why. So first of all, how do I find this component in my code base? Because I have quite a lot of components and pages and files now. If you see this is the starter kit. This is how big it's gotten. So one approach, honestly, just copy some text here, delete group. Hopefully you don't have I18 set up. I just found the component. Here it is. Second approach, just copy the URL, paste it in here, delete the number in the URL. That'll take you to the page. You can dive into the delete group button. We're back here again. Those two strategies, very important to understand, especially if you get onboarded to a larger project that has 300, 400 components, 160 API endpoints. Stuff gets very hard to find, like what's talking to what. Hey, thanks for the follow. There's also this components thing here, which, I mean, if you scroll through this, this is the state of Next.js and React. a simple component in a page has this much stuff. Kind of sucks. But there's a button over here. You click that, you click on your component, and it takes you over here, rendered by loader button that comes from the delete group button. Let's click it. Go ahead and just copy this, delete group button. And if you fuzzy search that, hopefully you named your files pretty well. It'll show up there. If not, do a full project grep. So Command Shift F, put a less than sign, paste in delete group button, search, you found it. So that's another strategy that I sometimes use, sometimes. Anyway, those are some good tips. Write those tips down. You might not run into those with smaller projects, but when your project is larger, like, you gotta find ways to navigate code bases quickly, because you're gonna fumble around with your file browser trying to figure out what the heck you're looking for. No need to fuzzy search or grep. Use go to symbol. Yep, that's another one. So @ symbol. I think it's an @ symbol, right? And you say delete group button. No, it's not an @ symbol. Maybe it's a hashtag. Yeah, that's another way. So Command P, hashtag, type in whatever function or component. So in our case, let's try it again just so we actually understand what's going on. This whole modal, where's this modal come from? I'm going to find one that actually exists in my project. Hold on, let's just try this one right here. What's that one come from? Button, alert dialog, hydrate root. Yeah, so at some point you lose that connection. Like, you don't know, what is this? What page is this? You don't even see. It's hydrate root. That's not very useful. So like, you have to scroll up here. I don't know. It's a mess. Maybe someone else can teach me better ways to navigate code bases, because honestly, like, some of the best ways I've figured this out is just fuzzy search for what you're looking for. But anyway, I got off on a side tangent there. I'm trying to delete this group and it's not working, right? So let's figure out again where the leave group modal is. Leave group. Okay. You click on this, and that should execute this leave group action. Wait, why is it opening up a leave group? Maybe that's the problem. Is that a copy paste bug? Leave group. All right, let's go way back. Let's figure out what's going on here. So we got the danger page. It has a delete group button. Delete this group and all of its data. If you click on this, I think this has a delete group here. Yeah, that's the issue. I just have a text that wasn't updated, so that was kind of confusing. Now it actually says delete group. Now if you click on this, that's executing a server action. Let's look at delete group action. Takes in a group ID. It calls delete group use case. It passes the group ID. Let's see if we can throw a debugger in here. I don't think we can, because this is, oh, I think the backend's also throwing errors. So that's something I need to figure out. The backend was throwing errors and it wasn't showing that to the user. You must be logged in to view this content. Am I not logged in? I am logged in. Okay, so 2 issues we got to figure out is A, when I click this button, it should have showed some type of toast, which I just didn't have that set up. There, now we get feedback. That would have helped me, helps the user a little bit. We still don't know what the issue is, because it says you must be logged in to view this content. And so that, go to the action and go to the use case and go to the assert group owner. Somewhere in here, group not found. If there is no user, If we're not a group owner, I mean, I'm guessing this is the issue, and the issue with this. Here's another approach I like to do. Honestly, this is like the hackiest approach, but I've done this on like legit. When you're too lazy to set up an actual like debugger in your backend, just do stuff like that. Because I mean, I probably told you in this awful stack trace where the issue happened, but because we decided to use next.js, it can be kind of hard to find what you're looking for. So delete group use case groups. You click on this, it doesn't even take you to the right line. Click on this, assert group owner. For some reason, there's like a task queue here. Well, I mean, like, people joke about console logging, but it's sometimes much faster than setting up your debugger. Debugger is really good for like really complicated bugs you can't figure out. But like, I already know what the issue is. It's like it must be this one. I don't know for a fact, but a little YOLO in your console logs will tell you exactly where the issue is, right? Because for some reason, when JavaScript throws errors, it doesn't tell you where the error actually happened. All this stuff is swallowed up. Try using Go, like it tells you exactly what line failed. Try using Java, it tells you exactly what line failed. Use Next.js, Express.js, any node backend. This is the stuff that you're going to get all the time. It does not help you. Sorry, I'm a little soured by, hey, look at that, it's getting right there. So, for some reason, I'm not a group owner, but the button is showing up. How am I not a group owner of this? Who owns this? It has one member, and it's me. I am the group owner. The heck? Okay, so let's investigate this a little bit more. So we pass in the authenticated user. We also pass in the group. And the issue, which you guys probably saw, it's an action line 25. No, if you click on actions line 25, okay, first of all, this doesn't even take you to the file. Which one do I pick? Okay, this one. Because, of course, command clicking doesn't work because Next decided to use little brackets in their file locations, and now your command click doesn't work. This is why I start posting on Twitter. As I run into these little bugs, and I'm like, dude, this ecosystem sucks. And I paste it on Twitter, and then I calm down, and I come back and start adding some features. And then I hit another bug, and I go back on Twitter. It's just a never-ending vicious cycle. Yeah, maybe Remix would have a better command click. But anyway, this doesn't even tell me the file is, right? Groups use cases, line 125. That's not where it's failing. That's just the top level function that's failing. It's actually failing inside of this. Where is that printed anywhere in my stack trace? It's not. So then I have to go and figure out, okay, well, let's add some console logs and figure it out. The issue is I didn't put a not here. If we're not a group owner, throw an error. That's the issue. But I just lost 5 minutes of my day debugging a really, really simple issue that, yeah, that's it. Let me calm down now. I got that. I fixed it. Hopefully that was a good learning experience for you all. You got the whole range of my emotions there. Now I gotta go back and find my console logs that I left around. So let's go and get the diffs. Here they are. Fixing issue with deleting groups. Hey, thanks for the follow. Why is my follower? Oh, hold on. Your name was like almost hidden by my. Well, it wasn't hidden. I just have my dev tools up. What auth are you using? I'm using Lucia auth. I think this modal works. Wait, what are you guys talking about? I always use text search. I think this modal? Are you trying to say model? Modal worked, but it doesn't close. It's not redirecting back. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Arn go lol. Welcome. Let's see what y'all are doing. Yes. See? He was able to debug my issue. But because I didn't look at chat, I just stumbled around ranting for like 5 minutes. Honestly, to be honest, I think route configs are the future. I'm over the folder routing at this point. I don't know. I like the file-based routing. The file-based routing a lot. I kind of really like it. Just mainly because like we use like Riot Router where I work, and we have this giant file that's like 700 lines long that defines all of our routes. And it's just extra steps to figure out, okay, what is the like the entry point to our application? I have to go and look at the router and then try to find the path. Versus now, like I could just go and say, okay, dashboard page, I'm there. I find that much easier. Issue with deleting groups. Done. Pagination, mobile. Oh, this one's gonna suck. Mobile friendly. I need to go through and make sure everything's responsive. This stuff, I don't know. You guys let me know in the chat. What was I gonna say? I'm sorry, it's late. I should probably end this soon. I'm getting tired. So, in a starter kit, would you expect a starter kit, like if you're actually legit trying to build like a SaaS product and you downloaded a starter kit, would you expect it to have built-in log capabilities and a feedback system so users can leave feedback? Let me know in the chat. These two bottom ones. The built-in blog system and a built-in feedback system. Would you expect a starter kit for a SaaS product to have those out of the box? Or would you think that that's something you can just tack on later? Love Lucia auth. It's wild. The author is like 20 feedback in my opinion. Feedback, I mean, just use like Sentry. Well, the point is I want to like not have to have people keep signing up for a bunch of SaaS products. In terms of getting logs, then yeah, I mean, having Sentry set up would be very useful. Or I guess that's analytics for like when people hit your page. Does Sentry have feedback built into it? I thought it was just analytics. Oh wait, no, Sentry is like you hit a bug. I'm thinking about something else. Yeah, Sentry's not free to use though, you know? Like, oh, here, my community who complains when I recommend a service that's $5. Here's a SaaS starter kit. By the way, you have to use Sentry, which isn't even free to use. I don't think people are going to be very happy with that. Like, I'm pretty sure Sentry, in fact, I'm pretty sure they give you a 14-day free trial. So I don't feel very excited about adding that into a... Wait, is it free now? Hold on. Yeah, it's a trial. Yeah, I'm not going to put that in a starter kit, honestly. Well, then what's the trial thing? Because I legit signed up for Sentry, and it was like a 14-day trial. Are you sure you didn't get like grandfathered into it? Only feedback is important, I think. Blog seems unnecessary, though. Everyone might have their own opinion on how they like the blog. Sentry gives error reporting. Sorry, I guess when you say Sentry gives error reporting, like, does it get a built-in way that looks like this? Like someone, for example, this is what we did for Project Planner AI. Anyone who's using this application can click on this and they can fill out some feedback and click submit. That's what I mean by feedback. Like someone's using your app and they're like, hey, it'd be really great if your app could do X, Y, and Z. It's 2 clicks to get that feedback into your system. You don't have to redirect them to some other third-party library or third-party SaaS. And so I don't even know why we're talking about Sentry, honestly. I think does Sentry have something like this? Because if they don't have a widget I can just hook into the app, it's already a no. It's like a non-starter at that point. They have a feedback widget. Okay, Drew. Okay, let me check it out when I get some time. But at that point, why not we just throw away Lucia auth and bring in like an auth service as well, you know? If we're going to start bringing in SaaS products, let's just go ahead and, oh, for the database, let's just go ahead and not use Postgres. Use something else. I'm just playing with you, Drew. I appreciate you. I feel like you've been on the stream before, haven't you? Or is this the first time you've been on the stream? Drew H. Java. But yeah, but auth is different. I'm just saying you have a bug reporting service to launch a product. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely you have to have some type of like front end error reporting. I think next.js also, the back end errors, they need to be logged somewhere. I definitely 100% agree with that. We talked about refactoring React components on weekend. Okay, well, hopefully now your name will stick. Usually it takes a couple of times before I start seeing a name, and I'm like, oh, I've seen that name before. Like Tobias Funk, I've seen him on Twitch like every single time I stream. He's like a true fan at this point. I remember him being on my Twitch when I was like 1 viewer, and it was him. So now I know Drew H. Java. Maybe it's because your name has Java in it, and so like my mind just tries to like block that out. Pagination on browse page. Honestly, I think I'm drained from doing work on this project right now. But I had fun streaming with you all. It's been fun. Why is anyone caring about Next.js whatsoever? What a waste of time. Don't come into the stream with that negativity, bro. Okay? Let me be the one on Twitter to bash Next.js. Don't come in here and try to outdo me with that Next.js hate. Listen, I have those same thoughts about Next.js, but then I keep looking at this project that I built, and I'm like, Next.js ain't that bad. I mean, this project feels pretty polished, right? I'm not sure why it took so long to load that. This page could use some styling. Raz says, tell Eclipse of Hearts to fight me. We got Next.js fanboys in the house. I had to get a username that was work appropriate at my first job. Hey, I don't blame you. Is there any post hog like open source project? In fact, do I have PostHog hooked in already? I think PostHog is actually one of the third-party services I'm using. PostHog.js. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the starter kit comes with PostHog. Why is this here? Delete that. So, I mean, if I already have PostHog, I might as well just bring in Sentry, you know? Wait, I think we just decided it is trial, and he got grandfathered in. I mean, hopefully wherever you decide to deploy this, I mean, like, I haven't even tried deploying this to Vercel, so I don't know if it works on Vercel. I've been deploying it to Railway. Typically, you know, if you deploy it to Railway, they're going to have some type of ways where you can go and view the logs. It's going to be the most rudimentary way to view the logs, but at least it's there. The heck is this? Neo YY Kun joined the channel, and now he's dropping like Saw 4 riddles. In the William family, each daughter has twice as many brothers as sisters, and each brother has twice as many sisters as brothers. How many daughters are there in a William family? Bro, I'm not smart enough for this. Someone in the chat could probably answer that. The horse's name was Friday. Why people hate next.js? I think it's great. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think next.js has a little bit of a learning curve to it, and it has some things that I find pretty annoying with it. But other than that, I mean, I'm able to ship fast using it. Maybe that's just my bias. But I mean, server actions and React server components, I feel like I'm able to create pages and then like throw in a skeleton loader super fast. I need to invoke some backend code. I throw in a server action. Overall, I think it's a pretty good experience. I'm hoping one day there will be another streamer. Maybe you guys have a suggestion that I can watch. I want to watch someone who just live codes, doesn't talk, and builds something using their favorite stack that isn't Next.js or something. And I want to gauge their productivity. If I see them floundering around with like typos because they're using like PHP or Django, and they spend 10 minutes trying to debug something because they left off an S on posts instead of, you know, naming it correctly. That's the stuff I want to see, like that productivity level. But unfortunately, I don't think many people do that. Like I don't really see that many live coding streams on Twitch. It's just a bunch of people making games. Hey, this isn't about me, Amir Uja. Hey, this isn't about me. Just because I spent 5 minutes because I missed an exclamation mark. Let's not point that out, okay? I'm trying to make a point here. Ooh, copy paste the riddle in ChatGPT. See if that can answer it. Must have changed pricing on Sentry because Sentry has 1 free developer plan and 3 paid plans indexed. It was still a 2 price. Yeah, I mean, it's nothing wrong with watching hobby projects either. I'm just saying, like, I haven't seen many people stream who are doing web development. A lot of it is like someone's building a game with Godot, or someone's building a game with XNA, or someone's spending 30 minutes configuring their NeoVim config. It's like, that's not what I want to watch. I want to watch someone build a real production application. Even if it's a hobby project. I mean, even my stuff's are like hobby projects in my opinion. Just so I can gauge. Like, you know, people say Laravel's awesome. I tried it out. It didn't seem as awesome as everyone is saying, but maybe that's just because I'm not good at it. I've tried using Django in the past. The lack of type safety was awful. But maybe you just get really good at memorizing everything. Have I tried cursor sh? I have not. I don't know what that is. The AI code editor. Yeah. Watch. Parkrit. Fine. Good. Is he on YouTube or Twitch? Will I come back to Java? I mean, at this point, probably not. I'm already, subscribed to Parkrit Singh. I can't pronounce. I'm a typical American who can't pronounce names of people who don't live in America. I'm sorry. Yeah, I think I watched one of his videos where he basically rebuilt like a Vercel deployment. It was like a 2-hour video or something. But again, I don't know if is he live coding in his videos? I think he's just doing diagramming and explaining stuff. Code with me live. Oh, he does have some live streams. Okay, maybe I'll check him out. Code with me, Friday night, code with me, build and deploy a multi. Sorry, I'm not even looking at this on my screen. Let me bring this over here. He's got some lives. Midnight stream. Okay, I'll check him out. I'll just leave this tab open. Maybe I'll check him out if I get some time. What is his stack? Like, what is he using? Okay, it looks like web development. That's good, right? Build and deploy a multiplayer chess game. Currently working on an website using HTMX and Go. Maybe I can stream that. Yeah, I mean, definitely. I'm very curious in seeing how Go works. I'm sorry, not Go. I know how Go works. I know how HTMX kind of works as well. I just want to see like someone build something with it. Anthony GG. I've watched some of his videos. He uses a lot of HTMX and Go as well. But again, like often when you're watching a streamer, they spend a lot of time talking with chat and stuff, and it's like I just need to watch someone code for like an hour, no talking. Just give me a video. Let me see you build something cool, so I can gauge if I like what I'm seeing. Because sometimes that's easier than me like going and trying to understand and setting up the HTMX stuff, setting up a Go template, understanding how to get that all going. I can just watch someone and kind of gauge like, oh, this is pretty cool or not. You should try a simple app in every programming language every week. I think on my to-do list, I do want to try out Solid.js, I want to try out Quick.js, and I want to try out Next. Those are like in the back of my head, like I want to try those things out. Just to see if maybe I'm missing something. But in terms of like what I'm looking for, like I want a full stack solution, type safety all across the board with some type of like server actions. So I get the end-to-end dissolved network layer. React server components, like some type of approach to that. I don't know if we need that, but bro, we got the Riddler over here from Batman. He's dropping riddle number 2. It's called TypeScript because you end up typing more. Yeah, I think that's actually why they called it that. TypeScript. Java is the most used backend for REST API. Yeah, I mean, people like them Java. They like coding that Java. I just think it's so verbose. But after using TypeScript for a while, you start to miss that like certain things are just like not typed, and you're like, dude, why is this not typed? So I understand why people use Java. I mean, it seems like a pretty cool language. Everything's typed. Solid Astro is fire. Oh yeah, Solid Start is what I wanted to try out. Solid Start. Like Java, Go, C#. So the issue with all these solutions, Java, Go, C#, maybe Blazor solves it, but it's like you end up learning these and then you still go back to JavaScript. If you're a full stack developer and you're trying to build an application, front end and back end, you end up going back to JavaScript because you need that interactivity. Or maybe I'm just naive, you know? Maybe you can achieve it all with like HTMX. I haven't used Kotlin before, so I don't know. Anything over Java might be better. Like, isn't there something else like Clojure? Is that something that's built over Java? But maybe Clojure is a dynamic language. There's no fast refresh in anything else, so you always have to come back to JavaScript, JS frameworks. I mean, Go has like a live reload capability, I think. Clojure is built over the JVM, yes. No matter how great JS gets, you can style super fast and make changes to complicated states easily. Front end is harder than back end now. I don't think front end is harder than back end until you start like needing to do some interesting stuff. Oh, I was supposed to keep his tab open. Why did I close that? Crap. All right, I'm going to end the stream in 10 minutes. At the 2-hour mark, I'm going to end it. Because it is pushing on. What time is it? Almost 11 o'clock here. Thanks, ClipT9M. I like your YouTube content. Thank you. HTMX has SSE, though. I've not personally used it. Why is Next.js better than React? Next is not better than React. Next is built on top of React. I think your question is why would you choose a meta framework over a single page application? And there's a lot of benefits for like a meta framework. You have server-side rendering, you have incremental static rendering, static site generation. You can fetch data from the back end while like do like the hydration on the front end and stuff. I didn't really explain that correctly, but I'm losing my mind at this point. SEO is easier. I think the file-based routing is just nicer instead of you having to pull in some type of like React router. Next provides a kind of a convention you can follow versus React is like have fun. Hopefully you can build something good and keep it maintainable. Those are some of the reasons. I'm sure someone else can hey, have a good night, Raz. Thanks for joining. You stuck around for a while, so I appreciate it. Why are you working so late? I'm just trying to stream twice a week now, and I'm trying to figure out what days will work best. I think Wednesday nights and Sunday mornings might be my stream schedule. That way you don't have to manage state with JS and you still get smooth animations. Honestly, the amount of JS you write is reduced with HTMX. My site uses a different amount of animations. I just use. Yeah, I think out of all the things I've seen, like Solid JS might be my next thing I look into just because it seems very, very familiar to React. I mean, it's basically React. It just uses signals. And then Solid Start is its approach, and it has this approach of like server actions. So you can kind of do the same thing that we're doing in next.js. And so I was going to try that out and just see like How much better is this? And then also HTMX and Go. That's something that I've been kind of eyeballing for a while. I just haven't pulled the trigger on like learning it. I did spend like a whole month this year learning Go, trying to build out a distributed key value store and hosting on a Kubernetes cluster. Had fun with that, but now it's just a matter of like trying to learn HTMX. I say learn, like honestly, like it's not much to learn, right? It's just a matter of me doing it. Yeah, someone on Twitter said check out Quick, and then I like replied to him, and he said he told me to wait until version 2 is released, and I'm like, okay, well, there goes your chance, because I was about to check it out. You told me not to, so now I'm gonna go check out Solid.js. So I don't know. Maybe they have like a new version 2 that's coming out that's supposed to make Quick better. I think Control-Shift-T reopens closed tabs. Oh, like when I close that tab. Yeah, I got it opened up over on another tab. I got another monitor with a bunch of stuff on it. I got my script, my stream script, you know? None of this is actually like live. I'm reading a script. Do you mess around with C++ or system languages like Rust or anything? Any cool projects to mention? Not really. I really haven't had the opportunity to dive into Rust or anything like that. C++. A long time ago, I tried to learn C++ back in college. I had no idea what I was doing. Like I was trying to bring like Visual Studio, like the legit Visual Studio, trying to set up like DLLs on my Windows machine. I spent the whole day trying to figure out how to compile open what's it called? OpenCV? Open Computer Vision? So my experience with C++ wasn't the best. HTMX is hard because, let me read it verbatim. HTMX is kind of hard in the sense that there isn't a standard way to write the backend for HTMX apps. You have to think about how you organize your code a lot more. It also offers lots of ways to manage state. You can use SSE. When you say SSE, are you meaning server sent events? Like, is that what the acronym is standing for? I just want to make sure we're like talking about the same thing. Events, polling, out of band swaps, or just resort to JavaScript and you think it's the best option. Lots of options. Yeah. So, how do I pronounce your name? Is Amir? Amir? Uje? Do you have like a template project that's using Go and HTMX that I can just clone and play around with? Like that would be another really good opportunity for me to learn it. Just so I already have like an existing structure. Ammer. Without the H. Ammer. Like that? Ammer? R. Metal X. Metal, aren't you the person who pointed out that like I leaked something? Your icon looks familiar. Bro, there's so many names I can't remember. Metal X. I think you talked to me on Discord, didn't you? LLM Cody Win. Well, welcome, Metal. Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm about to sign off. Like, my eyes are like, you know, when you get tired and your eyes are like, you can't even keep them open because they're like dry. I went swimming with the family today in the pool, and I think the chlorine's also contributing to that. I don't have a template, unfortunately, but I plan to open source my project soon. Maybe you can take a look at it. Yeah, Amber, if you want to join my Discord so that in the future when you like want to share a project with me, feel free to. The next thing I might do is just, do you watch Anthony GG? I know he's a YouTuber. He does HTMX Go stuff. I was going to see if he had an existing project. I think he's working on a starter kit himself. I was going to just go ahead and grab that. I think also, hey, thank you for the follow. Cheese versus code. Tom does tech. I think he also has like a Goth stack, which is like Go. What's the O stand for? The T stands for something. H is HTMX. Yeah, I could see that. I just think he's funny, you know? He's a funny guy. With a interesting accent, you know? But he seems like he's really big into HTMX and Go right now, so. What do you think about auth and next? It kind of sucks. I mean, like Lucia auth is okay. I like it a lot. Next auth, I feel like they're trying to shoehorn you into just using social media logins, which is basically ignoring like legit. Yeah, I need to go to bed. Next auth, I don't know. Something about next auth feels like they're trying to be too opinionated, and they're saying you should never do like email password authentication because it's hard and you can't do it right. And it's like, why don't you just add it to your library and do it correct, so that all of the 1,000 people trying to implement it themselves don't shoot themselves in the foot. But no, you can't do your auth yourself because it's not safe because you guys are all dumb. So that's why like they don't want to add it into the library. But Lucia auth, so I switched to that. I'm using Lucia auth. Works fine. Super easy to get set up with auth. What's up? Gotta love Tailwind. We got some Tailwind people in here. My life would be 100 times harder without Tailwind. Have you ever used Framer Motion? Maybe once. I honestly don't remember. If a user signs with a provider, how do you handle storing his data? The next layer of breeze. How do I do that? So I think I have these callbacks. So like, for example, when you log in with Google, that calls a Google callback. I do my little checks with the tokens and the codes, the verifiers, or whatever the heck that stuff's doing. Make a request to Google. I get the Google user, and then I create the account if it doesn't already exist. Okay, so if the account already exists, I just go ahead and redirect. If it doesn't, I use that Google user information, which has this information on it, and then I just store it in my database. If it's the first time I see that provider information here. So I basically, again, make sure that there is no existing user, and if there's not, I create one. And then what do I do here? Create account via Google, create a profile for them. I return the ID. I set their session using that ID, and I redirect them back. Kind of how that works. I've been using Nux in my project. Good framework. Yeah, I mean, nothing against Vue. I think Vue used to be the GOAT. I used to make Vue tutorials on my channel if you scroll back far enough. I used to use Next, but I learned that you don't have to use imports or loaders. Yeah, that's something I'm not really Wait, I used to use Next, but then I learned that you don't have to use imports or loaders in Next. You don't have to use imports. I don't think that's a good thing. That's just basically you have a bunch of globals. I don't like that, honestly. I like to know where my code's coming from, and the moment I can't command click something and like go exactly to the file, that's not a better experience. That's a worse experience. But I need to actually try Nux before I bash it. What am I saying? I think I have tried Nux. I tried making a game with my Discord community, and we use Nux for like the wrapper, I believe. To each their own. Yeah, I mean, it's just magic to me, but bro's gonna stop at the 3-hour mark. Where am I? Talking about NextAuth, how do I authenticate to a third-party service other than my backend, say a WebSocket server? Yeah, I don't know. Sounds like a hard question for me to think right now. What's your usual coding routine? Do you code daily? Yeah, I mean, I work full-time Monday through Friday. So I code 8 hours a day. And then I try to do YouTube videos. And then I hang out with my family. Normally, you have to confirm and validate they are the actual same account. I don't think I've, it's called account joining. I don't think I've implemented that in my starter kit. So if you log in with Google with like webdevcody@gmail.com, and then you log in with GitHub that happens to use webdevcody@gmail.com, those will be the same. I believe those will be the same user. Yeah, because it looks up in my table by email. And so if your OAuth providers are sharing the same email, it automatically joins them, which from what I understand is a security issue. You should basically prompt someone to join them. But again, this is a starter kit, so I'm probably not going to put in that effort to do that. Okay, thank you for the subscribe. Keys versus code, appreciate it. Is that code you just showed public? Not yet. I plan to make it public soon when I get around to finishing this thing. Can you do a video on this? There's no videos of it. Yeah, I plan to do a Lucia auth video soon. Ono is changing its identity a lot. It used to be ultralight router for workers. Does Cloudflare page? I don't know. I don't use Cloudflare pages. Have you tried Expo? I have not. Yeah, next auth callbacks can be used for account joining. I wish I could code 8 hours a day at my job, but meetings take like 6% of my daytime. I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks. What are you guys talking about all day in meetings? Like, there's no way you guys need to be talking that much. You guys need to be getting to work. You like Supabase? I think it's okay. I like it for a Postgres host, but I don't like row level security and stuff. And I don't like having my front end connect directly to my database. I don't think that's a good idea. What's the best approach? Drag and drop. Anyway. Okay. Yeah, I can't think anymore. So, by the way, before I leave, just a quick reminder, I recently set up YouTube memberships. So if you like me and my channel, even if you don't like me and my channel, you should go and see if you can set up a YouTube membership. Tej is rating, bro. I was just about to get off. There's no way. Why are you guys gonna raid me right when I say literally I'm about to leave? Well, I appreciate the raid, Tej. I appreciate that a lot. Like, I can't even keep my eyes open. I'm like falling asleep. I'm tired. Wow. That's the one thing I really like about Twitch is that you can raid. Like, YouTube streams need to be able to implement that. Thank you for the follow, everyone. I appreciate it. I love that you take the time to answer questions. I hope you reach your goals. You deserve it. Hey, I appreciate that. That was nice of you to say. Love your work, man. All right, let me actually pay attention. Last time, I don't know if you guys saw it, but I got raided by Theo, and I didn't have notifications turned on. And I think like 5 or 8 minutes went by, and like I just ignored Twitch for the longest time. So welcome everybody. I'm literally just talking with you all tonight. I was coding a little bit. But I'm too tired to keep coding. But welcome. Wait, double raid. Who's the other raid from? Double raid. Rating is on. Big oof. Don't actually get manager. Listen, let me go to my Twitch thing. Thank you for the follow. Well, I mean, I'm not doing anything cool. I think Tej works on like what, C++ stuff? Is that what Stream was doing? I don't know what coding language he does these days. Y'all tell me. What was he working on in his stream tonight? Oh, a double raid is where I raid someone else. Okay, yeah. All right, let me do like prime agent. Yeah. I'm not even gonna try to copy him. I don't know how he does that. Query Builder, OCaml DB driver. That's pretty cool. I've never used OCaml before, but I keep hearing him, Primeagen, talk about OCaml. Why can't I sub on Twitch? Because I'm not even an affiliate on Twitch. I just recently started trying to get into Twitch streaming more. So I don't even have those perks yet. Hey man, I'm trying to shift from creative to dev role. Any chance you can give me some feedback on my portfolio site? Probably not tonight. I'm too tired. Love your work, man. Really enjoy your videos. I have learned so much from you. Hey, appreciate that. All right, who should I raid though? Because honestly, I can't keep going. I appreciate the raid, but I can't keep going. I'm tired. So let's do /raid. And let's see if there's like someone out there who has like one view and I can like make them happy. How do I load up the Raise browser? Bro, I don't even know how to Twitch. This is like, look at this UI. I'm getting PTSD just looking at this thing. Like, Raid browser. Okay, here we go. Scroll down to the very bottom. Working on talk for a big conference. Oh, that sounds interesting. Software and game dev. Old-timey computer show. Does anyone like have a suggestion of like a non-popular Twitch streamer that we can raid? Sort by low to high. I feel Twitch plus YouTube is too much. Yeah, but YouTube's the OG, so I can't like abandon my YouTube chat, you know? So tired. Low to high, come join, but it has to be coding related. Is there a way I can do like a coding search by category, search by tag? I'm gonna send you all to a Spanish stream. So you guys can educate yourself. Become multilingual. Filter by tag. What other things do we have? Coding. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. No one keeps their webcam on? Graders here, huh? Software category. I'm telling you, like, I don't know how to use Twitch. Like, I'm struggling so hard. LSP and GPV? Like, what does that even mean? You know, I'm just gonna go with this guy. Working on a talk for a big conference. Let's go ahead and raid this guy and tell him he's gonna do a great job on his talk. Let's see what he's doing.
Yeah, 500 over. Okay, $500 for the linens. But look, doesn't she look so cozy?
There, raid this guy. So what does it do? Ready to raid in 6 seconds. Yeah, go tell him good luck on your conference. You're gonna do great.
I have this color.
Later all. Thanks for joining, by the way. And thanks for the raid, Tej. I appreciate that. Have a good night. Have a good day. Have a good night. Happy coding. All right.
People don't know. People don't know how.
Later, YouTube. I'm tired. I'm gonna drop. Thank you so much for joining. And by the way, last thing, I do have that YouTube membership. If you guys just want to support me, click on that link I sent